Two friends who work at an old folks' home are haunted by a ghost that wants them to climb a mountain. This is episode 2 of season 5 of Are You Afraid of the Dark? The Tale of the Jagged Sign. While the monster in this one doesn't look very scary, it's just a guy dressed like he's from the 1920s, because this one takes place in an old folks' home. It does have some good dynamics between the two main characters. A girl, Claudia, who's spending her summer vacation with her aunt, Yvonne, who meets a girl named Kate, and they go on an adventure. This is a story that's told by Kiki. In our very last episode, they introduced a new character of this Midnight Society, Stig. This time he has a burlap sack on his head. And the next episode, he's going to tell the story. But this is a Kiki story. And Stig is still not officially in this Midnight Society. But this episode can't get out of the average territory. We don't see that much of the old folks' home or what Claudia really does around there. Instead, most of the episode takes place in the woods. They come to a cliff and see this ghost who tells them not to look at him. And the girl Claudia strikes a resemblance to Marjorie, who is one of the ladies at the old folks' home. You see, this is a case of mistaken identity. This ghost, who died on this cliff many years ago and was dating Marjorie, believes that she's come back to join him. This episode is meant as more of a love story. The ghost is not scary. And the cliff itself is, not very high up. This is a case of the location scout really sleeping on the job. Shooting in the woods is the easiest thing ever, and you can just find a high cliff. They use some camera tricks to make it look like it's higher than it really is. But there's not much drama or peril when these girls are sliding off the cliff. It's not very high up. This is just added to give the episode more stakes. Ghost itself is not a bad ghost that's trying to kill him, but it does pop out of nowhere and scare them a few times, so they almost slip off this cliff. There's a nice ending where Marjorie dies and she gets to go and be with this ghost Joshua forever. Two doves fly off, symbolizing that they will finally be reunited. Joshua died many years ago and was always still in love with Marjorie, and now Marjorie dies and they get to be together in heaven. So this episode is going to get a 4 out of 10. Yes, it's a bit below average. The cliff scenes are not tense enough. The ghost also doesn't really do that much. Not every single ghost has to be scary. There's some ones that are just trying to find their lost love, or trying to find a lost trinket, or just want to actually help the kids. But he doesn't really say any words. He doesn't talk to them. He just appears out of nowhere and then flashes away. They should have used this thing more and maybe had him tell the backstory instead of them going back to the old folks' home and have Marjorie and her aunt tell the story. The ghost could have just said, "Marjorie, is that you?" And Claudia would be like, "No, it's not me." And then they could have a conversation. So this is going to be one that gets lost in the shuffle. The character Kate was played by Hilary Hawkins, who had a run through the 90s being in Gullah Gullah Island as Vanessa, and then Nick Jr.'s play along as Robin for 2 episodes. Seemed to take a bit of a break in the early 2000s, but she's made a resurgence now, and let's just say her content is, well, it's a bit goofy. She has a YouTube channel where she does music videos, and while overall these had me scratching my head, I don't think they're very good. They are good-natured. She's doing kid songs. She's also doing Christian music. She's super goofy. She might be acting more mature now than when she was in this Are You Afraid of the Dark episode. But overall, I wish her the best with her music career. And it seems like she's trying to actually spread positivity. She's not doing anything too edgy. Wants to spread Christianity and create content for kids. I mean, can you really hate on that? She's been doing a series, Sunny Boy, and these skits where she does an Actors Anonymous hotline. So check out her channel if you want to. Character Claudia was played by Jennifer Mayer, who only has a few credits. Before Are You Afraid of the Dark, she was in The Cumish, The Disappearance of Bonnie, and Waterland. And her last one was 2011 in the movie The Girl. But it does say she was an assistant in the great Brendan Fraser movie, The Mummy. And when Kiki ends her story, Tucker finally pulls the bag off of Stitch's head and says that the next episode, he will be able to tell the story, and then they will figure out once and for all if he gets to join this Midnight Society. And considering he only does 2 episodes this season, doesn't really matter if he joins or not, because this is his last episode, which is episode 3 of season 5, The Tale of Station 109.1. On our journey to review every single episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark, and check out our playlist for their series we've covered. We've done Monsters, Fear Itself, Tales from the Dark Side, Black Mirror, Mystery Science Theater, and some live streams of the Monster series. Next episode, Station 109, features Gilbert Gottfried and Ryan Gosling. See you later.